Welcome back to Water Watch, your go-to source for updates on water levels, drought conditions, and snowpack across the western United States. Today, we're taking a close look at Lake Mead, Lake Powell, and the Great Salt Lake, as well as the latest drought conditions and snowpack levels that will play a critical role in water supply for the months ahead. With winter underway, let's break down where things stand and what we can expect moving forward. Starting with Lake Mead, the nation's largest reservoir and a critical water source for millions across Nevada, Arizona, California, and Mexico. As of now, Lake Mead's water level is at 1,068 feet, which is 160 feet below full pool. The reservoir is currently 35% full, marking a moderate improvement as it has risen 7.5 feet since its low for the water year, which began on October 1st. This increase is a positive sign, but it's important to note that Lake Mead's long-term recovery is dependent on inflows from Lake Powell and the upper Colorado River Basin snowpack, which we'll discuss shortly. Moving upstream to Lake Powell, another key reservoir on the Colorado River. Powell's current elevation is 3,564 feet, making it 135 feet below full pool and sitting at 33% of capacity. Unlike Mead, Powell is currently at its lowest point for this water year, having dropped 13 feet from its high point. As expected, Powell will likely continue to decline until spring runoff begins, with future recovery dependent on how much snow accumulates in the upper Colorado River Basin this winter. Now let's shift to the Great Salt Lake, which has been a major concern in recent years due to record low levels. The good news is that both arms of the lake have been slowly increasing since early December. The south arm is currently at 4,192.9 feet, while the north arm is at 4,192.1 feet. These steady gains are a promising sign as we enter the peak of the winter precipitation season, and if the trend continues, the lake could see meaningful improvements heading into spring. Now let's talk about snowpack, which is one of the most important factors in future reservoir recovery. The upper Colorado River Basin snowpack, which feeds Lake Powell and then Lake Mead, is currently at 93% of the historical average for this time of year. This is a solid number, but ideally, it will need to reach above-average levels to significantly improve reservoir storage. However, the lower Colorado River snowpack is only at 36% of normal, which means there will likely be minimal runoff from this region. In contrast, the Great Salt Lake snowpack is sitting at 102% of normal, which is great news for future inflows to the lake. Taking a wider look at drought conditions across the western United States, much of the Southwest, as well as Montana and Wyoming, remains in moderate to extreme drought. The area surrounding Lake Mead is currently experiencing exceptional drought, which is the most severe classification. Meanwhile, most of Utah and Idaho remain abnormally dry or in moderate drought, adding further strain to local water supplies. On a brighter note, the Pacific Northwest and Colorado remain largely drought-free, benefiting from steady precipitation over the last few months. Looking ahead, these next few months will be crucial in determining whether Lake Mead and Lake Powell can gain additional water from snowpack, and whether the Great Salt Lake continues to see improvements. While snow accumulation is trending in the right direction in some areas, continued storms will be needed to ensure meaningful recovery. As we move deeper into the winter season, we'll be watching closely to see how the snowpack develops and what that means for the region's water supply. That's it for this week's Water Watch. If you found this update helpful, be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss future updates on water levels, drought conditions, and climate news across the West. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.